In the self-justice system, lack of awareness-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In the Chicago City, the dedicated dudes that investigate these vicious, unmindful felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Accountability Unit. These are their stories.
This is highly inappropriate. Like the last chick's outfit and behavior, this is highly inappropriate at a rodeo. This is not a hodeo, okay? Whole fatigue and other forms of fatigue are real. Shame has been brought back. Accountability will be held. The sleeping giant is awakening. And slowly but surely, people are getting tired of nonsense. Okay? Old people, middle aged people, young people, we're all getting fatigued. At least those of us with common sense. Now look at those pants. Not only did she cut holes in them that go all the way around to her ass cheeks, mind you, she thinking that because she putting on some skin colored tights under the pants that it's not provocative. She's a whole idiot. This is what you look like at a strip club or a club where you are essentially exuding hoe vibes. No man of substance wants a female walking around looking like this. It reminds me of a time at one of my last positions in loss prevention, and there was a Guatemalan chick that was in there with her guy, and she was literally flirting with every male that her and her supposedly guy were encountering. She was looking seductively into the eyes of the men she was interacting with, the employees, the guys that was showing her attention. Um, she was rubbing their hands and holding their hands in front of this supposedly her guy. And so at the time I was relieving one of the employees at the front entrance for their break. And the couple ended up at the front at the service desk. And I didn't notice it until then. She had on shorts that were showing the top parts of her ass cheeks. So she had ass cleavage, butt cleavage. And I was the dude watching me watch them and her, and so he went to try to pull up her pants, at the service desk. And I'm thinking in my head, you didn't see her with this outfit when you first picked her up or when she first put it on. Why are you apprehensive about it now? So that told me that that wasn't her guy. If he was, he was a sucker, kind of like a Travis Hunter type of situation. Your chick is rubbing and touching and eyeballing seductively and doing lip gestures to every male that she comes across. That told me that he was a cuck, a sucker, or he was a consumer. He was a buyer. He was buying that chick. That wasn't his chick. And even if it was his chick, she's out of control, and you foul for even dealing with that.
Hey y'all, I'm about to head to Houston Rodeo. This is my first time going since moving out here, but before I head out, I wanted to show y'all my outfit of the night. So pants are from Forever 21, surprisingly. Forever 21
Are you guys?
the Galleria be having some good pieces. Like, people be sleep on Forever 21, but when I need a last minute something or a last minute piece to outfit, I can head right up to the Galleria, and that Forever 21 in that mall is gonna have something tucked away in there. I put some skin colored tights under them because the back
Well, we know what she brings to the table.
is a little
What?
risque, but still cute nonetheless.
And I've noticed the overusage of the term cute by the female gender. Cute is now a code word for hoe. Like, what the fuck? I've caught many females, and even ones I've been around, that will use the term cute. And I'm thinking in my head, that shit ain't cute. You look like a hoe. You like a slut. But anyway, I don't have to wear it. So
On the shoes kind of matches the hardware on my purse from Zara as well as my studded jacket from Fashion Nova.
Amen. Say, man, the Hodeo is over, effective immediately. The committee and powers that be couldn't take it anymore. All of you out of towners and in towners with this overly sexual attire. Oh, the rodeo didn't put a stop to that.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say that the Houston Rodeo had a bad year this year. It was just a bad year for the Houston Rodeo. And the reason why I say that, hear me out, y'all. First of all, you had Tina Knowles came down here selling half the Houston city that spoiled ass gumbo, or like as the Louisiana people say, that spur gumbo. Baby, when I tell you she came down here and had half the fucking city throwing up and had the shits off of that goddamn gumbo that she sold. We got over that. Okay, now that the finally the city has come back to normal, everybody they got their balls under control. Everybody back to normal. Then you had some idiot last night. I heard that brought a pium pium to the Houston Carnival. A fight broke out, and baby, shots were fired. And baby, when I tell you, people was running every which way.
Okay, there we go. I knew it. See? I knew it. I knew that. He couldn't out of the trenches. You go there, you are now in the trenches. That's Chirac now. Forget Houston. It's Chirac.
So they had to shut the entire carnival down. The entire carnival. Do you know how many people go to the Houston Carnival? We talking about thousands upon thousands of people, and having to clear a carnival with that many people out. My Lord, I could just imagine the chaos that was going on last night at the Houston Carnival. Now, anybody that went to the Houston Carnival last night and witnessed the whole fight, I would love to know what actually happened. Because the videos that I'm seeing on TikTok is just a bunch of people running. I hadn't seen actually what happened because I would love to know what actually happened. And did they finally catch the person that brought the pium pium into the carnival, and did they arrest their ass? Because that is crazy. Who would bring a pium pium inside of a carnival? And what I would love to know is how the hell they get it in there, because the times that I went, you had to walk through a metal detector and they searched your bag. So how the hell a pium pium was able to get into the Houston Carnival? That is crazy. That's the question I want to know. And I know a lot of people gonna say, it ain't hard to get a weapon in places these days. But hell, I would have thought a place in known as the carnival that thousands of people would be there, and you got people that are coming in from out of town to go to the Houston Rodeo and the carnival. It's spring break week down here. You got families down there with their children. Like that was just, I know that was scary. I know that was a scary scene. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, baby, the Houston Rodeo just had a bad year this year. We're gonna have to do better. People, we're gonna have to learn how to go to functions and act civilized. We don't always have to act a donkey or act a fool when we go out. We don't. Some things are just you just gonna have to learn to avoid them, especially when you out amongst that many people and children are out there. You're gonna have to learn how to just walk away and say, you know what, you got that. I'm not even gonna even entertain that. You have to learn how to do that. But you know what? I bet you any kind of money it was a young person. I know, as they say, a YN. I know it was. Because baby, young people, you it's hard to get them in one place and expect for them to behave.
Houston Rodeo this past weekend, man, the end of spring break for Texas. They said this was by far one of the wildest weekends that the Texas Rodeo has seen thus far right here in Houston. They said the YNs were showing out this past weekend. They say they were twerking on top of cars, twerking. They said that the YNs was up in there squabbling inside the rodeo. Like, some people are saying that they do not want the outer towners here at the rodeo. Some people are actually saying that it was people who came from out of town to Texas to go to the rodeo were the ones who were being rowdy And on top of that, they said after the rodeo, the clubs that's right there, they said some of those clubs was charging $2,000 to $3,000 to actually get inside of the clubs, to get inside the bars. They said people were paying $600 or $700 just to cut in line. They also were saying that people were standing outside in the rain. People were that thirsty to get inside the club that they were actually standing out in the rain. And a lot of those people never even got inside the club. But they are saying that some people who went to the rodeo this year said that they are not ever going back to the Houston rodeo again based off of some of the events that took place at that rodeo here in 2026. They said 2026 rodeo was diabolical.